What it do, YouTube? It's your boy, Bo Casanova. Today, we are going to talk about men's mental health. So, it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and yeah, I feel like men's mental health is something that it's good that people are talking about it and people are noticing it a lot more, especially in modern times. A lot of men do go through a lot, especially as a man myself growing up in the world. The older I get, the more I understand how life as a man is just not easy at all. We go through so much, and it's like, life happens, and a lot of guys were just meant to be the ones to protect, to lead, figure stuff out. And sometimes not every guy has everything figured out. And sometimes it's hard to be the strong one all the time. First of all, shout out to all the men trying their best. Shout out to all the men constantly trying their best to improve their situation, trying their best to take care of the people they love, their family, take care of themselves, because it's hard to take care of yourself constantly and constantly take yourself out of a dark place always. Shout out to the men that are present fathers. Shout out to the men that go out of their way to raise young men and women, to teach them values, to teach them morals, to help them grow. Shout out to the men that help pick up other people, that have a positive impact to everyone in their life. Shout out to the men, man. I feel like when it comes to mental health, we don't always have to talk about all the bad stuff. Men's Mental Health Awareness Month isn't just to be aware of the fact that so many men suffer in silence, but also to appreciate men as in general, and appreciate the efforts that men go through, the stuff that we all face, but still manage to show up every day. No questions asked. Just get down, get on to work, get down to business. That's what society says, that is what's required of us. Right now I'm outside. Sometimes when I just be in my head too much, I go outside for a walk or I go to the gym. Or I just find a random open space and I just sit down. So look, there's a kid playing football. Who knows, he's probably going through a lot right now himself. And his way of coping was coming outside in this blank open space, getting a ball and simply just kicking the ball by himself. Everyone needs to find their own ways to cope. One thing I have noticed is that the more I go outside, the more I do things like this, you start to see that a lot of people do the same thing. I'll go to the most undercover spot to just sit by myself, to just say my own thoughts or just be alone. And I'll see like 2-3 other people doing the same thing. Life isn't easy for anyone. Okay, it's wrong. Life isn't easy for anybody. I'm sure with a lot of people, if you had someone that loved you in your life, or if you had people that cared about you, cared about a nigga for real, a lot of people wouldn't be doing stuff that they be doing these days. If they have a loving family at home, or if they had someone that they know, I can't be doing this, because if I do this, I'm going to disappoint this person, or this person won't be happy, or this person will be hurt, or upset, or scared. That sense of like responsibility and belonging, I feel like that saves a lot of men. People in general, but I feel like men especially need to have something to go back to. Like a lot of people are just out here in the world sad and lonely because they don't really have anyone they can call or have anyone that treats them like they exist outside of what they can provide. A lot of men feel like outside of what they can provide, outside of the value that they bring to the world, no one can really care about them as a human being, which I feel like is true to an extent. When people hold you to a standard of what they want from you, suddenly they forget that men are human too. I've seen the toughest, roughest, baddest guys ever break down to the most small things. It's like I heard a phrase where it's like, even a man in an iron suit cannot protect his own heart. Something like that. Doesn't matter how tough the exterior is, mentally, it's a whole different game. The mental game can break anybody. I was at work once, and there's this guy that I know, a really cool guy. He's like so buff, got all these muscles, like he's got abs on his abs, his biceps are the size of my head, tattoos, he's tough, tall, everything. I just saw him and I saw tears coming down his face, he just broke down crying. And as a man myself, someone who likes to think they're strong, I feel like I'm very aware and I can recognize when someone's going through pain. I just spoke to him and I just said, look, I feel like the best thing you can do as men is understand that men don't have it easy and that being able to recognize the pain in the first place and talking about it. So I recognize his pain and it's like, I understand with a lot of people, maybe they don't want to talk about their problems or maybe they feel like if they talk about it, it won't help but continue to remind them of what's wrong and continue to make it worse. Sometimes guys just want to feel. Sometimes when you've been strong for so long, you just break. You don't even know what's broken. You just break. It takes for you to break to be able to understand, okay, this is what was breaking me. But if you never break, you never understand that there's parts of you that's already cracked and leaking. It's like, when you've been strong for so long, sometimes you just want to feel, just cry, just be angry, release your emotions. Don't suppress them in, don't hold them in for too long, because they're going to come out one way or another. Sometimes it's just as simple as just being acknowledged. Sometimes, such as a man myself, sometimes we don't want to, especially if you're the type of man where you're not super emotional, you're very like, you want solutions, you want to fix. You don't just want to sit and cry and talk about how you feel all day. I feel like that's why a lot of men don't really go to therapy, because we don't just want to sit and talk about problems all day. We want solutions. We don't like feeling this way, and nobody should. But that doesn't mean just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's a normal human thing to do. I feel like that's the disconnect where a lot of men struggle. It's okay to feel, but just make sure that as soon as you feel, you solve your issue. Make sure you don't feel that way again. Learn your lesson. But whatever happens, don't run from it. Face it. Face the emotions. I feel like running is way worse than just sitting down and feeling how you feel. Once you feel it, you realize you're still alive and still good. Emotions will pass, just like everything in life. I feel like the more I've understood that, it's made me realize that it's okay to just feel. And because I know once I feel, I'll be just fine. I've been through way worse things, and the fact that I'm still standing here, it's like, eventually it'll pass. I feel like the mistake people make is thinking that it will never pass, but one day it will. Everything passes one day. One day you'll just wake up and you'll be fine. That's how life works. They say time resolves everything, or it just helps you cope better with the problem. So yeah, like I was saying with the person I work, whenever I see someone going through things or I recognize these things, I just went up to him, I saw him crying, wiped his eyes, and then I was just like, no bro, it's cool. Like, I dapped him up, opened my arms, I said, no, bring it in bro. Gave him a hug, and I was just like, listen, I know you tough and all, you got all these muscles, but you know, if you're going through stuff, like, you can always talk to a guy, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to know you, I don't have to understand, but I can always listen. I feel like that alone can save so many people. Because sometimes people just want to be seen and heard. I say especially men. So I feel like if we were able to recognize this a lot more and be able to just be there for each other, it would save a lot of people. Like, just that emotional vulnerability of knowing that, okay, if I call my friend, I can cry to him. If I call this person, I can open up, be my full vulnerable emotional self. I feel that vulnerability is what saves a lot of people. Put the pride aside. I feel like pride is what kills people. The pride of not wanting to look weak. The pride of not wanting to embarrass yourself or look stupid or childish. Pride is what kills a lot of men. Before they take any bullet, before they pick up any knife or any weapon to harm themselves, their pride already hurts them the most. What makes a man happy? I feel like men are happiest when they are on their purpose and they're looking for something to like move forward in life. Things to just hold them down and keep them grounded. And when I talked to one of my older friends, he was talking to me about how you'll always have problems in life. It's just about how you can minimize the stuff that you have to go through. You don't have to go through everything someone else goes through. A wise man learns from other people's mistakes and not just his own. So it's like, if you see someone's done something and you've seen how it turned out for them, then you don't have to go through the same thing. Like, you can just completely avoid the whole situation. It's like, if I've seen so-and-so do this, didn't work out, left them like this, I would be stupid for now to go and make the same mistake thinking that I would be any different. Not everyone is the main character. What makes me think that if it didn't work for him, that it would work for me? Like, and doing that, maybe it could be worse for me. And who knows? Maybe he barely survived and maybe I won't survive whatever he went through. So it's like, you don't have to go through everything that everybody else goes through. You don't have to make the same mistakes. Rather than thinking, nah, I've seen these patterns, but fuck it, let me do it anyways. Now it's like you only have yourself to blame for the sabotage. And now you may have trauma that you could have avoided easily. For example, my older friend told me stuff that creeps him grounded. His kids, his wife, his family, his business. And then you could throw in faith in there too. Stuff like this, when you answer to a higher calling than yourself, you realize life is so much deeper than that. It's like, for example, let's say women, issues with women. If you get married, boom. Everything to do with women, so the woman you're with might still stress you out, still give you problems, but at least you're dancing with the devil that you know. You have one person, you focus on them, you focus on yourself, boom. Or family. Having a family that care about you and you can run back to. So, I can't go and do crazy stuff because then my family's going to be upset. I can't start doing drugs because how's my mom going to think? Or I can't harm myself because then maybe my sister will be upset. Little things like this can really help you before you make bad decisions in your life. Or community. I feel like family and community go hand in hand. Some people may not have the best family relationships, but having a community you can go back to that can hold you accountable. What is that? Maybe go to church, join a sports group, join a place, a club where you can be with people alike, people similar to you, similar interests, similar hobbies, maybe that look like you, to just feel at home. Loads of people are looking for a place where they can feel at home. And religion. Religion is a good thing to also understand because it's like you answer to a power higher than yourself. So now it's not just about how does this make me look, it's about how does this make me look in front of God. It's like how does this make me look in the eyes of the Lord? When you start thinking about that, think about how powerful that is to just get into your brain. It's like, wow, I can't do this. I want to be a better man for a better future. These things that hold you accountable. And because the flesh is weak. This is something my friend tried to teach me. Flesh is weak. You can want something so much, but if your flesh is undisciplined, you'll still keep making the same mistakes. Next thing is business or just career. Having something that you can focus on to maybe distract yourself, a good distraction. Not all distractions are bad. For example, building yourself up, making a good career so you can take care of your family, not just yourself. That's deeper than, I want to be rich and famous so that I can fuck all these bitches and I can walk around the place like my shit don't stink. Whereas if I make money to want to take care of people, now it's deeper because now it's like, it's not just about what I want. It's about doing things that I know would help my family and help the people that I care about. So when you start thinking of it like that, now it's like, no, I can't do this because it's not just about me. It's like if I fail my family, I fail my wife, my kids, and all these people that rely on me. If you stand in the fact that as a man you're going to be relied on, it will stop you from doing so much shit that you don't need to do. But at the end of the day, as men, life is not easy. It's not supposed to be. It's about being able to dance in the rain rather than run from it all the time. That's my wise words of the day. So check up on your friends, check up on the people you care about, all the men in your life. And yeah, you never know. And sometimes just be there for people. It's like humans, we fail to just be there. Be human. Just be present. Yeah, that's it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Deuces.